Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What You Reading. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Delaze, and I know we mentioned this earlier. We are reading a book that is a fanfic that's on Wattpad. It is called Luna, and it is a BTS soulmate AU. It is by JiminbeJammin, again on Wattpad. So let's get into it.
Yeah, guys, this was a recommend for us. So we're excited because we have been reading so many different things that get back to our roots is exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start this story off per usual. So in the beginning of the story, it was
real quick. I was gonna say, this story is a 3-part series. I think it's 3 parts.
I think it's 3 parts.
3-part series. We haven't fully decided.
And I'm going to tell y'all, this third story is so long that we had already made up in our mind that we were not going to read that second book.
That's facts.
But guess where we at now?
Yep.
Where we always are.
Yep.
We're going to read that second book.
And will. With glee.
Because it still was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I feel like that second story. Anyway, go ahead.
So I'm going to get into the book. So in the beginning of the book, we met this girl named Luna. Her real name is Katana.
Yeah, I think it's Katana. Yeah.
Is that how you got it? So her real name is Katana, but her stage name is Luna. She actually has been modeling and singing since she was 13 years old. So in the beginning of the book, it kind of gives a background of the story of how she came up and how she it's really just talking about soulmates and how soulmates work. So how soulmates work is that everybody in the world may or may not find their soulmate, but everybody pretty much have a soulmate. And their soulmates can be one person or it can be how many ever. Nobody knows. Right now, the largest amount of soulmates is just 4. So this kind of gets into the story and it's talking about it starts off talking about her family and her parents and how she pretty much grew up with her mom. Her dad left them when they were 7 years old because her mom and dad were soulmates. Her mom's Korean. No, her mom's Black. Hey, her mom's Black?
Yeah, I think she's from, I forgot the backstory, but I know they're like Creole and like some other stuff. Like they went into a huge backstory of like her background, but I don't remember exactly where everybody from.
Well, her mama Black and her daddy's Korean. So she grew up with her mom and dad all the way up to till she was 7. Her dad actually went on a business meeting back in Korea, found another soulmate, but at that time they didn't know that you could have that many soulmates, and he connected with her on like a really hard level that he was like, there's no way that I can love my wife because I love this woman just that much. So he left his wife, ended up sending just a stationary postcard home saying,
I found my
soulmate. I'm not coming back. Peace out, homie. Here's the divorce papers. Attached is the divorce papers.
Right.
So she was really jaded from that because she was really a daddy's girl growing up all the way up to like 7, and then that happened and then poof, he was out of her life. She like never talked to him again, like never connected with him again ever. But she grew up a little bit more, and then that's when she started getting into modeling, and she was in this whole girl group with 2 other girls that they blew up. Like, I picture them kind of being like Destiny's Child.
I knew you was gonna say that because I did too.
Yeah. So she ended up they blew up off of that, but still Luna was a main star. Mm-hmm. Like she was a Beyonce, okay? Mm-hmm. The other ones was Michelle and Kelly. Sorry.
What you mean? Kelly and Michelle is fire.
First of all, Kelly is fire.
Okay, I mean, I feel
Michelle
like
is
they're
not.
equally. What you mean she's not? She firing her own right,
Girl,
girl.
goodbye. Michelle never can sing. I would
What?
argue with anybody. Listen to her. That girl cannot sing. She did get the best parts, but she cannot sing.
Girl.
She got the most annoying voice. I'm
Girl.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna let you have
I
your
don't like
opinion,
it.
girl.
That's my opinion.
That is your opinion. I'm gonna let you have it. But girl.
I mean, my opinion is they could have kept Latavia and Latoya and they to sing. So in exchange for Michelle, girl. That's just my opinion, y'all. Look at D like, no. Clutch your pearls, D, because that's my opinion. Anyway, so she had this girl group going and they toured and they were really big for a while and then they blew up and then something happened. I think the other two were just really jealous of what, maybe because Luna was getting the most parts because she was Beyonce. I don't know. But they end up separating and then Luna just continued to do her own thing. She was her own star. She did her own stuff, right? So then after that, it just kind of talked about how she just kind of blew up and she was great and all that good stuff. So now going to the part of the story where she is now like moving to Korea. So she's moving to Korea. Her like mom, her dad, and the other woman, I forgot her name, that were also mates. They were already in Korea. And her sister.
And her sister, yeah. Was it Jay?
Yeah,
Jay Wan? Or somebody's Jay somebody, but I don't remember if that was the
Yeah,
kid or if that
it's
was
Jay
the...
something.
Yeah.
Right, but this is the sister with the stepmama and the dad.
Yeah.
So she's like fully Korean.
Yeah.
Anyway, they still close and all that good stuff. So what ended up happening is she ended up moving to Korea. She did not have any friends at all. The only friend she just happened to have is, guess who? Hobie's sister.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Ain't never met Hobie before.
Ain't never met Hobie. Now, wait a minute. Now, she a BTS fan.
Right.
But didn't know that was his sister. Come on now.
That didn't make no sense to me.
It didn't make no sense because you know good and well if you are a army, you know that is his sister. Because first of all, they look just alike.
Yeah.
Second of all, the girl literally has a YouTube, and they like you. I don't know if you know this, but I know this. But the girl got a YouTube, and whenever like Hobie and them like travel, she like traveling too.
Really?
Yeah, like so when like Hobie was going places, like her family was going places, but she is such a big entity by herself,
right?
That she just doing her own thing as far as the fashion world.
Yeah.
But anyway, she got a YouTube. That's all I wanted to say. You just know, you know.
Okay. I looked up the names real quick so we can know who is who. Jiwon is the stepmom.
Okay.
And Hobie's sister. Wait, no, I'm not sorry. Luna's half sister is Jaehwa. And Jiwoo is Hobie's sister, I think. Yeah,
right.
Jiwoo's Hobie's sister.
Hey.
Who you waving at, girl?
100. Because I'm recording. This is TikTok live too, and it's 138 people on here.
Okay, hey.
Anyway.
Dang, I wonder if I can do it from my personal TikTok. Are you on? Oh, you're on your personal TikTok.
I'm on my personal TikTok. I wanted to like kind of add you on here so we could do both.
Yeah, let me go on to TikTok real quick. Let me hop on. Let me see
I don't know if I can, but we can try.
Girl.
It said I could add a whole too.
Let's see. Oh, I'm on our page.
We can do that too.
Let's see if it works. I don't know how any of this works. This is hard.
Yeah. Oh wait, let's see. Are you on here?
Yeah, I'm on our page.
See if I can find you.
Oh no.
Are you on my live?
I am not. Let me go on your live. Hold on. Here I go. Wait. I don't know if it's gonna let. Oh, there you go. It may pick up. I might have to. Okay, I'm on your live now. Okay, hey girl.
Hey girl, hey, I'm trying to find you now. Somebody said I got a question. I don't know what you got a question. Hold on. Let me see if I can find you on here. Or do you know how to request?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, girl. I think I found it, but I also am not 1,000% sure. Because I don't know what that's about to do, so I don't want to hit that.
I went to 160 people to 3029. So let's
Girl,
hook it up.
let me see. Oh no, that's not what I see you're live. I can not. I don't know how to add myself because I'm doing this from my.
Okay, just say hey. Maybe if you say hey, it'll.
Oh, I didn't. Did I not click in it? I must have not clicked in it. Oh, just kidding. I'm not on it. Why am I? What is happening right now? This is a lot.
We have the most difficult time
Like,
than we've ever had on here.
girl, it has been a time when I tell you. I feel like I should be able to get on here, but I can't. I can't even comment, girl. Oh, I'm slow. I was looking in the wrong section. Do you see me? I left a comment.
No. Are you on mine? You see me?
I see you. I'm on yours. I don't know. I can't. I left a comment though. But
I don't even see one comment.
Really? Are you looking off to the side? Because that's where it's at.
What do you mean off to the side? I
Like
can see the comments.
Oh, you can see your comments? Because on my computer, it's off to the side instead of like on the screen. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. But it's just not like that on my end. But I'm trying to find you.
It don't allow me to do.
I don't know. Let me see. It says quick invites, co-host and recommend.
No, that's gonna get you to do the same thing that I did earlier, and it's gonna have a random person pop up on your screen, and you're gonna be confused. Cause that's what happened to me earlier. That the girl was like, she was like, hello. I was like, hey girl, but you wasn't who I was trying to get after. I'm sorry.
I see that. She said you want to back.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, hey, I don't know what we're even doing right now. I'm just here. I'm sorry, not trying to be rude, but I gotta go.
I was like, yeah, I'm back.
I'm out here being here. Yeah. Check the mic. So
back to the story. I don't even know where I was at, y'all.
Talk about homegirl. We were talking about who's who, and then homegirl is going to Korea.
So she has found a friend at Hobie's sister, and still she hasn't put together that that's Hobie's sister. She just know that she had been talking to this girl. She's very successful. She has her own line. She's been doing this. She's been doing that. Probably was one of the reasons why she was moving to Korea too, because they were friends. And of course, like I say, she ain't had no friends. So she moved to Korea, and like it just she kind of was so excited about it. She was going to be her only friend. So then she like went to her house and met her, and like they were just talking, and she was like, they just kind of got the talking and kicking it and going on. And then she just agreed that she was going to do a photo shoot with her. So the next day, they end up going, her and what's the girl name? I can't remember Hobie's sister name. They ended up going to like this place where they could shoot really good like pictures. So she ended up like having this big photo shoot with all her clothing line and all that stuff. It ended up looking really good. And then as she's taking all these pictures, she noticed that she got like these little soulmate marks on her, but soulmate marks look like tattoos. Mm-hmm. So hers was like a crescent moon and like a full moon, and like it's a whole bunch of moons together. And she Hobie's sister, like instantly was like, oh my God, I know I've seen these before. These are the boys' soul marks. So she like put some stuff together and she's like, "Hey girl, let's do something tomorrow." Blah blah blah. But she never did tell her what she wanted her to do, right? So then she in like the next day come around and she was like, I don't know where she taking me, girl, but why am I dressed like this? Like she was dressed up. That girl had her dressed up. So she was like, she got me dressed up like this, and I look very overdressed, and you over here looking very underdressed. So what's happening? What's going on? She was like, don't worry about it, girl. I'm just gonna take you to this place. And it's so funny because in this book, she is so ratchet to me, okay?
The Luna is?
Hobie's sister is
Hobie's sister?
no, Hobie.
You funny.
How she got this book written? It's like Hobie's sister is very ratchet.
a little bit.
She not a lot, yeah, like a little bit,
yeah.
And so, right, so she was like, "Girl, don't worry about it. I got you. Let me take you this place." So they go up into this like really expensive building. She still have no idea where she going, which I don't know. Korea's this big. I don't know how she don't know where she going, but she ended up going to this really big building with a lot of security. So I don't know how she didn't know it's like high profile people, but okay. So she goes to this door and then like she hears people like, who is that? Is she here? Is she here? Da-da-da. So then they open up the door and she was like, oh my God, this is a BTS house, girl. You didn't bring me to BTS because I am an army. And so when she seen them, Hobie just like ran to the door. He was like, oh, you here? And kind of brought her in. And guess what the girl did? Passed out on him. Just passed out right there. So then when she was coming about, she could just hear Jen fussing Hobie out. Like, why did you do that? Why you even touch her like that? You know we soulmates. Okay, so in the soulmate world, when you touch somebody, you like connected, like you had this like very tingling spidey sense like
connection feeling. Yeah,
yes, but it's really strong.
And then the warm. Fact that she has all of them, it was just a lot of energy at once, so it was just
right, like she was very obvious, she was very overstimulated.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just funny to me that you could hear she was like coming out of that, and all she could hear was Jen say, "You know, you should have."
Right,
like,
fussing.
Like in pure, just like Jen fashion.
Right.
He was fussing him out about doing that.
Right.
And because they connected before anybody connected to her. Like,
yeah.
Hobie was like, "You are soulmate. You for us." And she was like, "Whoa, this is overwhelming."
Yeah.
So when she came back, you know, she got to talking to them. She actually started talking to them. And then they wanted to connect. So she connected by touching each of their hands and like kind of like hugging them, stuff like that. So each of them connected in a different way. So after all of them connected, they all their marks darkened. So there was really like, in my head, faint. I envisioned it being faint and like red, light brown.
Oh, okay.
And then once they connected, it instantly darkened up. So all of their soulmate marks just start darkening up. So that's when, you know, they was like, oh, okay, so that we all linked together. Can y'all feel like they all feeling this like intense feeling, and they all looking at each other like, can y'all feel that? Are y'all sensing this? Like, so I love that they can sense things from each other. Yeah. So they're able to sense like how they feeling, like emotions. They can feel that. I love that. I wish my husband could just sense my emotion, honey. When I be feeling some type of way, I need him to feel it. But anyway, so then after that, they just kind of talked and kicked it for the rest of the day, and then they went their separate ways. She ended up, like, they wanted her to stay, but she had some engagements that morning, so she didn't end up staying. Mm-hmm. So the next morning, she ended up going back home, and like the scene opens up where she's like cooking them a big old like Southern breakfast, because the girl is from Houston. Like, she's originally from Korea, but they lived in Houston. Mm-hmm. So shout out to your mama.
Hey, mama.
Because that's all I think about when somebody say Houston. I always think about your mama now.
Yeah, she out there chilling.
Anyway, huh?
I said she out there chilling.
I love your mama. Anyway, so she's from Houston. So she was cooking up a big old country breakfast that they ain't used to.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like grits and biscuits and gravy and all that goodness. Okay. So Dilizay do not understand y'all because when I went to Vegas, she had me eating a breakfast burrito instead of biscuits and gravy.
Girl, because that's what we eat. That's what we eat. My mama, let me tell you something. My mama went out there. When did she go out there? In August. And do you know the first thing she got was a breakfast burrito from Roberto's? And then when she was leaving to go back home, she bought her 2 breakfast burritos so that she could take one on the plane.
Really?
And neither one of them made it back. She ate them things right before she even got back to Texas. I said, that's what we eat. My mom makes breakfast burritos for breakfast, or like she'll make other stuff too, but typically it's like breakfast burritos or things like that.
It's just so funny how it's just so different. Because like if you was sitting there, my mom would say, "But you definitely about to get a bowl of grits, eggs, bacon, sausage, biscuit and gravy, pancakes, waffles, stuff like that." So
you be lucky if you get some pancakes at my mama crib. You be lucky.
Mm-hmm. That's a Southern thing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so she made this big Southern breakfast for them, and they tore it down as I expected and I know JK ate the most because he always do.
But can we talk about how she having them go to her house and how huge her house was? Homegirl had money.
Girl, huge.
She had money, and they was like, "Wait, this is huge."
Yeah, and then I'm like, where this place at?
Right.
Because if BTS live in the most elaborate place, where is your place at and who made it? And why they didn't know about it?
Right.
Because when they went to her house, honey, they was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was nothing like exactly.
It was like Versace handles on the doors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty big. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so the boys got there, tore down that breakfast, and then they kind of got to know each other. She started taking them on tour. She had 3 stories.
3 stories.
3 stories. And
for one person.
For one person. And the upper level is a whole nother house that don't nobody even go in.
Right.
So she introduced them to, what the place looked like and all that good stuff. And then she started asking them to move there instead of her moving there, which made more sense.
It did, because she had more than enough room. Everybody had their own room. Homegirl's house was huge.
And I'm trying to think, when was this? Okay, at this time, the album that they had, it wasn't. It was like boy.
It was the one. It was the one that had. I think it was the one that had On. In My Time and all that stuff on it.
Right. Was it?
I thought so. I know they were working on that at some point in the story too, but I don't know if that was later.
That was the second. This album had Halsey and stuff on it. That was My Time.
That was yeah, you're right.
Or B.
That was
7.
That was 7. 7? Was it 7? Girl, I don't know. I do not remember. I do not remember. I'll let you know though. I'm about to look it up.
Girl, I don't know.
Because I don't remember. Like, I know it was one of them that had what did it have on it? Boy with Love. That was no, that was 7, wasn't it? No. Map of the Soul, girl. Map of the Soul Persona.
Map of the Soul.
That is. Oh yeah. Map of the Soul Persona, yeah.
Okay, Map of the Soul. Okay, where did 7 come from?
7 came after that, I think.
Oh, okay.
It came after.
Wait.
Oh yeah. Okay, so they had Map of the Soul Persona, and then they had Map of the Soul 7 after Map of the Soul Persona.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they was pumping, but Map of the Soul 7 had Map of the Soul Persona songs on it anyway.
True.
So.
But anyway, so they had that album out or whatever. So that was around that time. So I think they were like breaking for like 3 weeks at this time, which is weird to me because they ain't never had a break that long when they was having that nervous breakdown. But I mean, literally, they never got any chance or any time. Like I was watching. Sorry, this is way off the subject, but I was like watching something, and it was like they were talking. It was the. Do you ever watch the Sugar like
interviews
on YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was just talking. They were on there just talking about how they were like having like a breakdown because, honey, they hadn't had any time off.
Yeah.
And they was dying for just to have some time off. And it wasn't that anybody was telling them they couldn't have time off. They just legit just did not have the time to have time off.
Yeah.
It was very sad when I watched that interview.
Yeah.
But then, like, it flashed back to see, like, that whole time when Tay was crying really hard.
At that awards show? What was that, Mama?
At that awards. Girl, yeah, they was going through it.
They was going through it. That was sad. That was real sad to see because he was boo-hoo crying.
Girl.
Like,
that was very sad to even watch the interview because I was like, it took me back. I was like, dang, I could see. Remember I used to call, I feel so bad now, y'all. I feel so bad.
You used to call him a crybaby.
I used to call him a crybaby because he was crying all the time. Like, why is he crying all the time? But golly, now I know.
Yeah, he was going through it. Homeboy was stressed.
Them boys was tired. They was going through it. I got to remember that this is not just a podcast where you can just.
Girl, it's fine. It is fine. We don't. It's okay. We are who we are. Like we can go ahead and it could be in there. It's fine.
Right. Well, anyway, so yeah, she was just like, yeah, y'all can stay here. I got way more room. Can y'all just move here? It's even better. And I think it was the fact that people like Stacey and stuff knew where they stayed at. They didn't know that she was even there.
Yeah.
So I think that was another reason why.
I agree.
But go ahead, girl. You go ahead and take over that.
So after that, they got adjusted to the place, but then they were like, all right, so we have to talk to Big Hit to make sure that they know what's going on. We got to let them know that you exist. And then they're going to do their thing to confirm, that this is real. Because, okay, so the soulmate thing actually had like a registry. So they had a Korean, it was called KSS, and then they had a NSS. So the KSS was the Korean Soulmate Society, I think it is, or something like that, or system or something. And then they had the National Soulmate Society or system. And so they had to register. They were going to eventually have to register with that so that it would be known, but they were going to be the biggest soulmate group known ever, which was like a big deal because no one had ever seen that group that size ever.
Right.
The thing that was cool about it though was that the boys were already soulmates, so they were each other's soulmate, but then they had her as their like last key to the puzzle, which was cute.
Wouldn't you love to be that key?
Girl, it was cute. It was real cute. It was real cute. So they had to schedule their meetings and things like that with Big Hit, and then they were trying to figure out like, okay, how are we going to incorporate her in our lives, because we got this touring and stuff. We don't want to be apart for that long. So long story short, they end up going to Big Hit, having these meetings, and they ended up putting Homegirl on payroll. They wanted her to be an artist for them, but she was like, hey, I'm kind of going to do my own thing for a little bit, but then, we'll see what happens in the future. In the meantime, though, I can go ahead and they had her doing producing, they had her doing, choreography, songwriting.
She had like 3 jobs.
Yeah, Homegirl was, yeah, they was like, all right, you're going to be our songwriter, our producer, our choreographer. They had her doing everything. And she had cash flow coming in even if she did not do anything though. That's facts, because she was still getting her stuff from her modeling, still stuff with her, all the clothing and stuff that she had. And I think she was still getting stuff from her music.
And from theirs too, because
too.
They were making her producers and all kind of stuff.
That's
like that
true, because she definitely got that credit.
And writing.
And that writing, yeah. So they had that out, and it was like a big thing. It was cool. I just want to throw this in there. Not that it's like super important, but I just want to throw this in there. Homegirl was still a virgin, and so I'm just gonna just put that out there. So, they have those meetings. Everything's cool. Everything's fine, and then they end up wanting to like spend more time with each other and get to know each other better. But they all wanted to do like little dates for her, and the boys had already like discussed who was going to be the one to take her virginity. Which was kind of cute that they chose like who they chose. I was like, that's really cute because it was Jimin,
I know,
right?
because who you think they was gonna choose at first? Because I already know who you're gonna pick.
Who you think I'm gonna pick?
Because I feel like it was like it's like a thing in fanfics, and I kind of thought they was gonna pick JK.
I honestly thought they were gonna go with Yoongi.
Really?
I did, because her and Yoongi's connection was so different. Like, I mean, she had a connection with everybody, obviously, but like her and Yoongi's connection was kind of more dominating and more like, but in like a good way. Yeah, but like in a good way that I thought it could work because he would make her comfortable in introducing her into it. But I do like the fact that they went with Jimin, because Jimin was also dominant with her, but it was just a little different. Like it was a dom sub situation, but it was also just slightly different where it wasn't as, I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be Yoongi. Did you think it was gonna be JK?
No, I thought it was gonna be JK. Just because how everybody be trying to do my boy. You know how they be trying to do my boy.
I feel you.
They came the most sensitive, softest one.
I feel like this story though didn't do that as much. I feel like it did start out that way, but as the story went on,
change.
Yeah, it definitely did.
It did change, and I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, it definitely changed.
But I did love that they picked Jimin.
I did too. I liked how it worked out. So anyway, they go on this date. I don't remember where they went, but it was cute. I don't remember what they did at all, to be honest. I remember JK's date the most.
Did they go out to eat?
They probably went out to eat, and I don't really remember what else for their date. But anyway,
it seems like they went out to eat at like a really nice restaurant, and then they went into at the same place. They went upstairs, and they had a private like place that they could sleep like.
Yeah, like a I don't want to say like a hotel, but it was kind of like a hotel, I guess, but it wasn't a hotel. But they had when they were at the restaurant, it was like its own little private area, just so, because they're both very, very famous, and they still haven't made the announcement to the public yet. So they didn't want anybody to be trying to go after them, because they didn't know what it was going to be like. That was one of like the biggest concerns for her. She was worried about how their fans were going to take it. She's like, my fans are going to be fine. Like, they'll be cool. But I'm worried about how y'all's fans about to take it, because y'all's fans can be a little bit much. And so...
This is good.
So she was concerned in that aspect of it. But it ended up working out just fine. Everything was cool. Go ahead.
Well, I will say this, and this I got nothing to do with the story, but JK's last live, he said, y'all, didn't I tell y'all I'm grown?
Did he?
Yes. He was like, I'm not a little boy. I'm grown, honey. If I want to have a drink and get drunk, that's what I'm going to do.
He said, y'all ain't hear the song that I just put out? Y'all know I've been out here getting it. You ain't hear the song I put out?
Right.
Y'all still trying to act like... Right, y'all still trying to act like I'm a kid.
Yes, he was definitely telling her I'm a grown man.
Girl.
I'm about to go to the military. I'm not no kid.
Right. Speaking of... What is Namjoon doing? He been hanging out, chilling. Is he not going?
I'm not gonna tell you no more, Namjoon.
Girl,
hurry up and go.
Every time I see his stories, I'd be like, bro, when are you leaving? Like, what's the hold up?
Like, listen, you already cut the hair off and everything. Just go.
Just go. Hurry up and get back. Come on, we waiting on you. Like, you got 3 other people to go after you.
Like, for real, hurry up and go. No, show do, because Yoongi already gone.
And then Hobie already left. Jin, I think, is...
Hobie gone and Jin gone. Jin about to come back.
That's what I was going to say. Jin about to come back. And then he got to go. And then they still got Jimin, and JK.
I think they waiting. think they are waiting at this. This is just my opinion. I think that they are waiting for the same at the same time.
Those
Because,
last three?
baby, it's October and they all supposed to be gone by December this year.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
So, and everybody album out
True.
except for JK's, and his come out in November, early November.
So maybe he'll.
And
so
he cut his hair.
Oh, so maybe they will all go in together. That would make sense because if the rest of them go in together, then they'll all get out at the same time. Jin's almost on his way out. Hobie and Yoongi is going to be.
Yoongi will be the last one out.
Yoongi will be the last one out.
Yoongi will be the last one out because his is like it's a different type of duty because of his arm.
Oh, okay.
So like he going, you know how Lee Min Ho went in, and he did like the police and all, like he did like what do you call it, like I can't even think of it. It's when you be like you do service like police work and stuff like that.
Like reserves?
That's not really the reserves, but he can't really do to the extent of what regular people are doing because of his arm. So he's doing stuff like he's doing like service work.
Okay.
So he's gonna be like a police officer, like that's how he's gonna do his duty.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that is the case and he ends up doing his a little bit later, that still gives them enough time. So this is the thing, right? Because they have they signed their contract for like another 10 years. So if they can kind of just speed this right along, that'd be nice. So they can come out with, new stuff.
Right. Yeah, because like soon as they like come out in 2025, they like supposed to start album, like go on a trip together and do the
that'll be cute.
Yeah, what is the thing they call what is it called when they go on vacation together?
The thing that they film?
In the swoop type thing.
Oh yeah, in the soup.
Yeah, so they're supposed to be doing that. Like they got already a whole itinerary when they get out.
Listen, this company, they plan out for months, years in advance. I'm
gonna say years.
I don't understand. Like the people that are behind their team is amazing because the way that they can see so far out into the future is amazing. Like they have stuff for everything. They have content that still comes out currently. Like, yeah, they were on it.
Yes, because Jimmy just came out with his production diary.
I just saw it. I was like, oh, okay.
And this freaking album been out for months.
I know. When I tell you, they calculate that mess. Like they make sure that this comes out as it's. They do not play about them, which I love. Like, get your money. Also, they're helping the economy, so do your thing.
Baby, because they need to keep their money. That's the main thing. Because, baby, without them stocks are going to fail.
Yeah.
Without them keep putting out stuff, because they keep it, they like, we need Army to stay here.
Yeah.
So we got to keep pushing this stuff out. Because obviously TXT ain't finna make it happen. New Jeans is not finna make it happen. Now, I'm not saying New Jeans and Hyping and all them ain't good, because they got good groups. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
I like listening to them all.
Right.
However, they just not international like BTS is yet. I'm not saying they won't be there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Army is a way bigger fan base.
Yeah. I think they're hoping that more people will transition to the other groups, but I think they're forgetting that a lot of Army is growing up. So that you got groups that are, I mean, not that a lot of people that were older were into BTS. I mean, we were into BTS and they were younger than us, or are younger than us, but it's kind of different now. I think TXT is like much younger.
Okay. Yes.
They're much younger. Yeah, New Jeans is like much younger.
But in Hyphen, they younger too, but they be on some grown and sexy stuff.
I love that for them. I love that.
But I also love that K-pop and Ao has older groups coming out.
Yeah, I
These
think
groups
that's
are coming
dope.
out. Older people are coming out into the
Yeah.
scene. I think they know that the K-pop, the way we view K-pop, especially in this country, is different than how they view it in another country. If that makes sense. Like our age demographic is just different in this country versus maybe Africa or something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not saying that. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So.
Let's see. Sorry, I just got a message. Okay. I don't remember where I was at, so you go ahead. I don't even know what I was saying.
I think you were. Oh, girl, what was you?
I don't know. Okay. So we're gonna just skip right on ahead to. They get
You was talking about how she was virgin and she was with Jimin.
Oh yeah, so they ended up doing the thing that night, right?
Well, wait a minute. Before that, she was already done been with Yugi, and they did not have sex, but they had sex.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
Because the way the smut was sounded in the book, baby, they had full-on sex.
That's how it sounded.
I just knew, baby, it was sex. Then at the author's note at the end, it said, "Oh yeah, by the way, this was not intercourse. Like he didn't stick it in, girl. She was just riding on it." So they did that thing, but it was not the full thing until she was with Jimmy.
Right, because Jim was the one that was supposed to do it. They didn't want anybody else to take that first. I just really appreciate how they they cared for that girl so much in a way that it makes you be like, maybe you do need more people. Maybe that is
it make you think.
It does. No, I mean it was really cool to see that though, like how they cared for her and made sure that she was good and comfortable. But I think the fact that they could also feel how she was feeling and she could feel how they were feeling, I think that it really made a huge difference in how they interacted with one another, which was good.
And they were not, and I love that about it because that made them not feel jealous.
Yeah.
And all that stuff because they felt the emotions from every soulmate.
Exactly.
So it was funny to me, whenever she was feeling sad or anything or angry, they would come around the corner and say, "We were sensing some anger. Are you okay?
Are you good?
Yeah, you good? We were sensing some stuff." And I love that about it because that was a beautiful thing.
It was really beautiful. It is just to have somebody that knows you like that is dope. I know they had something else, but it's that's really dope to have that. One of my friends, it's like that with her. If I'm going through something, she'd be like, "Hey, I could tell you're not doing good." And I'm like, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah." And same with her. I'd be like, "Are you cool?" She's like, "Oh, well, But it's amazing to have that in a partner.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah. So, moving right along, I just want to skip to. Can we skip?
I just want to say that after that night with Jimmy, the girl was out. Okay?
That was it. That was all she needed.
That was it.
She was like, "Okay, we broke the seal. Let's come one, come all. Let's do it." And they did just that.
Just that.
Homegirl was having a time. She was having a time. I'm trying to think.
So as the time just kind of went around, they were just creating their album. They wasn't really doing a lot, but them each other. I mean, that's all I can say. Yeah. That's all they was doing back and forth. They were taking her out on dates. And
I do want to talk about her date with JK because I thought that was super cute. So because she's been in the industry for a really long time, she missed out on a lot of things that most kids would get to do. So she didn't get to go to prom, homecomings, and stuff like that. So, and JK hadn't either, which I thought was oh. So for his date, they got dressed up, got her a really nice dress. He got dressed up in a nice suit. He got her a corsage, and they had a prom on the rooftop, and he had it decorated and super cute. And I was like, that's such a nice Like, that's such a nice thing. I thought that was
Mhm.
adorable. I did. I
It
thought it
was
was
cute.
adorable.
That's sad thinking about it, that you miss out on those little things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of sad because you're just like, dang, you know, that does
Hmm.
happen to a lot of people that are like in show business or in the music industry or whatever. You're like,
Yeah.
dang, that's kind of sad. But yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
And she went on different like dates with like different like she went. Didn't she go somewhere with Namjoon? Didn't she go to like museums with Namjoon or
I,
something?
I think so. I don't
And then
really remember.
she paid. And I know for sure she was painting with Tay.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had a bunch of studio dates
Sessions
with
with
Yugi,
Yoongi
like
show did.
a bunch of them.
Homegirl's house had a studio, a recording studio. It had a dance studio. It had
Yes,
I think a full library. Um, it had a whole bunch of stuff. It had secret compartments and stuff. Like, house was decked.
girl.
House
I
was
don't know
decked
where
out.
this house was in Korea, baby. This was hidden underground.
It had to be. It had to be. Only the top floor was above level. Everything else was underneath. It had to be.
What's the topic? This is your Sawar talking. She said, "Hey, Sawar, what's the
Hey,
topic of discussion?"
wait, who's talking? I don't see anything. Why don't I see
You
anything?
see, I see it.
Oh, I see it. I am so slow. I see it now. This is okay. So this is a fan. We have a fanfic. Well, not a fanfic podcast, but we have a podcast where we do reviews on books and fan fiction and short stories and things like that. So what we're doing right now is we're actually reviewing one of the books that we just recently read. It is a BTS fanfic. BTS is a K-pop group. You do not have to know them to enjoy the story. The story is just good. So we're just reviewing the story for the episode. We're doing the live, but then we also have a recording for the podcast episode that will come out later. So that's what we're doing. That's the topic of the discussion.
Yay.
So I missed all of that. I didn't see all of these things pop up until just now. I'm super late.
It's okay.
Yeah, I missed all of them. I didn't see all these people popped in at all. That's crazy. No problem. But yeah, dang, that's crazy. I didn't see any of that. Well, I should be caught up now. I remember what was after that. Sorry, girl.
We're just talking about how, she went on different dates and how she had all this room in her house. She has so many rooms in that house.
So many rooms. I just love. So can we just skip to? I don't know if this is too far, but can we skip to like the family, her family?
No. This is where we need to be. So let me just say this. So as the time has gone on, they just decided that they were going to do a
commitment ceremony.
Yeah, a commitment ceremony, but it's kind of like a wedding.
The way that thing was laid out, that was a wedding.
Man, it was a wedding. But it wasn't a wedding, but it was a wedding.
Yeah.
But because I guess it could count as both.
Yeah.
I don't know how they was talking about in the book. It was like not necessarily a wedding, but it went into like, you know how when you get married, you have to get like a wedding. I mean, you have to get a marriage certificate. It's kind of like they had to get that. Ma'am, you know that you have to. You do know that,
yeah,
right?
No, I do know that.
That you have to get a marriage certificate. So it's kind of like what they had to get. Like you said, to be like certified almost.
Yeah, because they had to register with the KSS and the NSS.
Yes. So it's not necessarily a wedding, but it's like they wanted to do a ceremony. But that one was a whole wedding, honey, because she still walked down the aisle.
Yeah, she did. And they definitely had rings.
Right. Okay, but you go from there.
So they had this plan for a commitment ceremony. It was going to be a big deal. They wanted to find rings for each person. So like each person was getting, each of the soulmates were getting different rings. And so I don't remember who got whose ring. I just remember that she was getting the ring for Hobie. She wanted to get something with yellow diamonds. But it was a big deal because her family was going to come out. That was the first time all of the families were going to end up meeting. They're all going to come together so that they could have this time together at her house, because she had more than enough space. So her family is planning on coming out. They're planning all this thing. She ends up getting, I think it's Jiwoo. That is, I think it's Jiwoo. That's Hobie's sister. Yeah, Jiwoo. So Hobie's sister's making her dress, because she is a fashion designer. So she has her making her dress. They're planning all these activities and all these things. Her mom is like, hey girl, I'm gonna go ahead and cook all this food for y'all. Like, it's gonna be, your ceremony's gonna be on point. I'm gonna make all this food. She's like, bet. But homegirl's like, I gotta make sure I prepare this house for everybody coming, because we're gonna have like 30 something people there. So she ends up cleaning up the entire house. Am I going too far?
No, keep going, girl.
Okay, so she ended up cleaning the entire house. She's getting out extra pieces of her table that they didn't, from a place they didn't even know existed. So they was like, where you grab that from? And she's like, I had it in my little storage room in this area. They was like, where was that at? She was like, I gave y'all the tour of the house. Like, what were y'all looking at? And then JK was like, I couldn't help, I wasn't even paying attention because you're just so beautiful. And I just thought, blah, 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 blah. It was cute. It was cute. It was real cute. She's like, that's great, but like, pay attention, because I need y'all to grab stuff from over here too. So she grabs they grab all the stuff. She extends out the table. They didn't realize her table was so big, but again, huge ass house. So she's got space. So she cleans up the whole house. She, Yoongi, and Jin make all this breakfast food. They make a crap ton of stuff so that they're ready for the day. And hey, long time no see. They make all this stuff for the event, and her mom, her stepmom, her dad, we forgot to mention this. Homegirl made up with her dad during this time period. So like
so let me give you a brief little thing what happened with her and her dad. So her mom was like, hey girl, I know you still mad at your daddy, but you need to get along with him. So maybe you can write a song or write a letter or whatever. She was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let me just write this song. So she wrote this whole song talking about how she felt and why he did that, and because she didn't know no other way to talk to her dad other than writing a song. So she wrote the song and she sent it to him, and then she ended up having like a sit down with her dad, and her dad apologized to her and told her the whole story of how he felt at that time and how it was just different and how he still loved her mom, and that's why they still together, and her mom loves the other lady that they was matched up with, and that's just what it was. They ended up getting along and all that good stuff.
So they rebuilt their whole bond. Everything was fine. So he was coming out, but he's missed a lot of things. So like, she's going to try to catch him up on life at the thing. So her daddy, her stepmom, her mom, her sister, her friend, and her grandma, and I think her cousin were coming out to the house. And then all of the boys' family was coming to the house. Now Namjoon was like, hey girl, I just want to give you a heads up. Like, everybody's family is for the most part cool, but JK mama probably gonna give you some trouble, and Yoongi family probably gonna be a little bit rough to get along with. Everybody else is cool, but you probably gonna have a little bit of trouble with them. She's like, I got this. Homegirl, she was good. She was comfortable. She could talk to people. She was like, nobody's gonna get me upset. Like, it'll be fine. The day comes for the event. Everybody starts to show up. She's introducing herself to everybody's families, all that. Her family comes in. Everything is cool. JK mama, try her. JK mama, try her.
Listen, she did.
She tried her.
And like, she was just saying like some
slick comments. Yeah, try to be like,
slick comments.
Who paid for this? Mind your business. Oh, so are you after them for their money?
Way more money than
girl.
All these boys put together.
Girl, she was like, homegirl, I got it. This is on me.
Like, cause she was coming at her like, you just gonna take my son's money.
That's what she thought, because she was like, oh, you must be after him for his money. And she's like, I don't need his money. I love this man. So what she did in perfect fashion, she was like, hey, let me show you guys something real quick, because everybody else by this point was starting to warm up to her, but his mama was still kind of on one, and Luna's mama was trying not to pop off. She was like, "Mama, I got this. I need you to chill." And that would be my mom.
Baby,
That would be my mama.
I was just about to say she reminded me of your mama.
My mom would be that one.
I do not know why. Y'all, I love Diva's mama, but I have never met her.
You haven't.
It's so weird because I instantly thought about your mama cooking all that food, and like she was about to, like she was telling her mama chill.
Yeah, she was.
Chill. And I thought about that being your mama. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Do not ask me why.
That would have definitely been my mama. Like, oh, okay. So she was like, no, it's cool. Like, I got this. So at some point, she ends up having them go up to the library area, which was cool because the library area is where all of her awards and all of her accolades were in there. So she's walking around. She's got Grammys. She's got diamond albums. She's got platinum albums. She's got all types of different things.
And JK mama walking up in there like, oh.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this you?
This you? You did all this? She said, this house, I paid for it cash.
This me.
These awards, I did that. That was me. You thought you was on? No, ma'am. And then I know she put in my head. She was like, your little awards that your son got, like, girl, we doing it over here.
Right.
We doing it over here.
Right.
So homegirl was like, JK's mom was like, hey girl, can I talk to you for a second? Can we just pop off to the side? She's like, yeah girl, what's up? Like, let's chit chat. What we doing? And she was like, hey, I just kind of want to apologize for how I came at you. Like, I'm just trying to look out for my son. I just want to protect him. And she's like, no, it's cool, girl. Like, you seen what's going on in here. And that's why you want to apologize now. Now you see that you want to come up, but that's cool.
Right.
So she's like, no, it's fine. Like, I understand your concern. You just love your son and you just want to make sure you know everything that's best for him. In her head, she probably like, bitch, I will fight you in this closet. Right. So they end up having a great rest of the time. The other part of it was Tay's brother and sister. Tay's brother and sister were really closed off because they had beef with Tay. Because their whole growing up situation was rough because Tay was famous and they got snatched away from school. They couldn't make friends and they felt like he just abandoned them and didn't never apologize or come and see them. So that was
Which is so funny because do you know that really to this day, don't nobody still know who they are? Ain't that funny how nobody knows? Now, you know Tay going on a date with Jenny. But I don't know who your brother and sister is. Ain't that kind of weird that nobody knows who they are?
I don't think that's weird at all. I think that's smart. They can live regular lives.
I mean, it's very smart, but I'm just surprised that people don't know who they are.
I am surprised that nobody's tried to find out. Because, like, especially out here, like, I know it's different, but, like, out here, you can't go to the store. You can't go nowhere. There's going to be somebody hiding in the trash can, somebody with a long binoculars trying to see camera and stuff like that, like trying to see who's with who. And so it is funny that they have been able to keep that private for all of this time.
For real.
But it's dope.
Right, because they got to be grown now, right?
Yeah, they had to be grown. I mean, he's what, 25, 24, 25?
I think he's like 28.
28? Is he really 28? Really? He might be
28. Like JK said the other day that he was 27.
Okay, so then yeah, because I think Tay's right ahead. Or is it Jimin? No, yeah, Tay's right ahead of him. So yeah, he's probably like 28. So yeah, the fact that they've been able to keep that for all this time, I think is dope. I know it's probably super hard for them to do because he probably couldn't go visit like he, really wanted to, which is like, that's fine. So, all right. So, she ends up going outside to where they're at, and they're like kind of outside sulking, and she's like, hey, what's going on? She's not trying to push because she understands like their position. They pretty much tell her how they feel about things, and she's like, hey, just want to let y'all know, understand where he may have been coming from, but also don't let this time go by without, trying to make amends with your brother. And then she gave her own experience. I just recently made amends with my dad. It's been, and they were like, oh, okay. Like, how long ago was that? She was like, 2 weeks ago. And he's here now, and we're having a great time. So don't let that time pass you by. So she ends up going inside, telling, because they ask her to get Tay for them. She goes, grabs Tay, and he thanks her for whatever she may have said, and they end up making amends, and everything is cute and perfect or whatever. All right, moving to. Do you want to move to the actual ceremony?
Well, right after this is the ceremony.
Go for it, girl.
So after that, they started having a ceremony, and I thought her dress was going to be way better than that, but I actually loved it. But I
wait,
it's going to be a little more.
Can we speak on the dress that she wore to the meeting? Everybody, did you see the picture? The picture was like the description of the dress. I was like, okay, that sounds cute, and then you see it, and you're like. It looked
what was it? I can't remember.
It looked kind of like a muumuu, like a sleeveless muumuu.
Oh, yes, no,
you know what I'm talking about?
Not, and then she was like, "It's perfect.
It's beautiful." It had like no back, which it was like, okay, that was the saving grace. But like the rest of it looked kind of like regular.
Well, I guess to meet the family.
No, I get it, but I didn't expect her to be like super like glammed out, but I didn't expect that.
I did because she's Sweetie in the book, okay?
Right, well, that's true.
Have you seen all the rest of the outfits she wore through the whole story? And she gonna wear this?
Yeah, I guess that's
But
true.
I can understand why, maybe because you are meeting the boy's family, and they're very conservative.
Right.
So maybe that's why, but I didn't like it.
I didn't either. I didn't like the color
and
of it.
I didn't like the wedding dress either, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just expected different. I don't know. It was cute though. Like it was a cute.
It was cute. It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It was just.
I just expected more because she is portrayed as Sweetie, like in the book.
Yeah.
And so I expected her to be extra.
Yeah.
But so they had this beautiful, elaborate ceremony that was really a wedding, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And everybody was like. During the ceremony, it was like she gave Hobie a ring. Hobie gave Jen a ring.
See, I don't remember the order in which who gave rings. I just know they all gave each other rings.
They all gave each other a ring, but everybody had to get everybody else a ring.
Yeah.
And her ring, she had 1 million rings at the end.
Yeah, so she had a regular like ring, but then they each got her like a band with different colors for her to choose from, but they all gave her one. I was like, girl.
Right. Yeah. But it was a beautiful ceremony, and after the ceremony, they went
to Tokyo.
Is that what they went? Okay, yeah, Tokyo. They went to Tokyo, and it was cute because they went to like different places in Tokyo. They had like these nice, cute little dates, which I'm like, damn, people didn't know who y'all was. Y'all was walking around Disney World and all that stuff. People just didn't know who y'all was.
I mean, it sounded like people did, but they were leaving them be.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah, I was like, that's dope.
Yeah,
they made a little GFC.
Yeah,
that was
they made
cute.
GFC. They did all this cute little stuff. They had a lot of sex.
Or GCF. GCF. Just kidding. They had a lot of sex. This book was filled with sex. We actually didn't even talk about the sex. We just skipped right on over that. But a lot.
But we can't talk about it because like how
it was. It was detailed.
Listen, this book is on AO3.
No, it's not.
On Wattpad.
Oh, it's on AO3 and Wattpad?
Yes, I told you. That's why I was mad at the end of the story because girl was like, oh, by the way, it's on AO3 and Wattpad in case Wattpad start acting up. And I was like, girl, why you didn't tell me this in the beginning? Because on AO3, you can copy and paste.
And listen to it.
Right, and I can listen to it the whole time. So now I'm listening to book 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna start book 2 so that we can do a review of that one next.
You should use the text app. I know it sounds very generic, but you can copy and paste like a bunch of chapters, and you can just listen to it.
When we get done with this, send me the text app that you use so that I can do it.
Okay. It sounds very generic.
I mean, that's okay. That's okay.
But
I'll still check it out.
It's still easy. It's easy to copy it from AO3 and then paste it.
Okay.
You can't do that from Wattpad.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it because that would be a lot nicer to be able to just listen to it.
Right. So this book is on AO3 and Wattpad. Y'all, you have got to go back and read this smut.
This smut is.
The smut.
You know what it gave me? Full Switch vibes.
I already knew you was about to say.
It did. It gave me full Switch vibes.
And it's just as nasty.
It sure is. And I was like, yes. It had everything you could have imagined. If you wanted a little bit of BDSM, you got some BDSM. If you had a little daddy kink, there's a daddy kink. There's like all types of stuff in there. Kinks galore.
What?
Loved it.
Oh,
loved it. Was so
good. Like you said, full Switch vibes to the 10th.
Definitely gave me full Switch vibes. Definitely. There was something.
The headline.
Go ahead.
No, wait.
There was something that I took some notes on. I'll say this at the end. Go ahead.
So it really wasn't that much more into it. So they end up going on this really great honeymoon, and then they went back, and when they went back, baby, that's when book 2 start. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about the first chapter of book 2.
Okay.
So the first chapter of book 2, they knew when they went back that everybody knew that they were soulmates.
Yeah, because
it's registered.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was registered. Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's public knowledge, and everybody knew it, and they didn't know that it was gonna be as bad as it was. So it was a lot of say-sings, and it was a lot of threats, and it was just a lot going on, and they were trying to figure out how to fix the situation. So she came up with a situation which was freaking amazing, because this is what they really should do when the time comes.
Yes, absolutely.
So what she said in the book was, Luna said that for the people that were making, like, there were people that were like wanting to kill themselves because they couldn't deal with BTS. Like, understand that this stuff within the fandom probably will happen, and there's a lot of people that are like that, and it's a lot of really crazy scenes out here. So that's half a reason why the K-pop is just staying where it's at. Like, it's not moving along as far as like dating. Although, to get off of subject real quick, Bang PD put out something saying that they should let their idols date and eat what they want.
Not and eat what they want.
Yeah, because you know they be on the extreme diets and all this stuff in Korea. They be like really extreme, but now the image is like kind of changing because it's kind of Americanizing, but not all the way there. But they okay with. That's why House wrote that song, Loving Her Body. Because you know so many people was on her because she had them freaking hips. She was very skinny, but they thought she was fat because she had them freaking hips.
Girl, I remember Jessie, when Jessie got her stuff done, they made a huge thing about the fact that she got her boobs done and that she had, they was like, how good. And her butt. They was like, all that. And it's like, it's okay, but you notice now, like, a lot of them are like the BTS, they starting to work out, like they not starting to, but they've been working out. They've been trying to get like buff.
Yeah. Like the gym skinny thing, like being really skinny is not a thing now. Yeah. Like it was very much a thing in the beginning, but now it's more like working out, being thicker, and healthier, and all that stuff. Yep. So yeah, Bang PD was like saying that if they want their idols to be happy, let them eat what they want and date.
That's what they should do, because like that stuff has got to be lonely. They're away from their families and loved ones for so long, and then you're gonna tell them they can't date people either. Like, that's wild. That's real wild.
So in the second story, what she suggests is that they have a helpline for people so they can help Army instead of them killing themselves and having death threats and all this other stuff, they wanted to have a line where they could be helping other armies.
That's interesting.
Which I thought, that's very smart. So if that time ever comes, that might be something that's an idea that they might need to look up.
I just hope people don't react negatively, because they are people.
Right.
Like I hope that they don't react negatively, but you see it where people get upset and now. So, but something I wanted to mention about the story that I put some notes on here because I thought it was so cute. There was a part that we kind of skipped over, but there was a time where Luna and her family ended up having a tattoo party. Do you remember that? You don't remember that in the story? They got matching tattoos.
Oh yeah, and did she get some more tattoos?
Huh?
Didn't she get some more tattoos?
Yeah, she got some when they had the little tattoo party. I thought that was cute. And then I put that so there's when in the story, when she's showing all of her accolades and things like that to everybody's families, at the end of the story, I don't know if you read the author's note, but somebody told the author that the accomplishments were unrealistic. And the author was like, I literally looked up Beyonce's accomplishments and made Luna's a little less successful than her. Besides the diamond record, which Beyonce doesn't have, but they're not uncommon. She said, I don't think POC's accomplishments in the music industry are highlighted enough, and I noticed this when I did the research for this story. She said, Luna's successful, period. And if that translates as unrealistic, then oh well. I will not dim my character's greatness. I love that. I love that so much.
Because in there she wrote that she did not want this to be a regular story, like the same old story with, it's a little broke girl around the corner and she found BTS and she found a come up. She did not want that.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I do too. But I just really like the fact that she was like, hey, I just want to acknowledge the fact that they're not highlighted enough. And she's like, they're not unrealistic. They're absolutely realistic because this is who they're modeled after outside of one thing.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
And then I also just love the music choices in the story. Did you play
any
of the songs?
I did not.
Okay.
But I did see them and I knew what they were.
Okay, cool. I didn't play them either, but I did see them and I was like, this is a good music selection for this story, I thought it was very fitting. But how did you feel about this first part of the story?
The first book.
The first book
was good. It took a very long time to get through. I would not lie.
Yeah.
Because I'm busy, y'all. We be busy, y'all.
Yeah, we do be busy.
Excuse us. We have not been around. Let me put that out there. We have not been around because we have been busy girls. Okay?
Let me just tell y'all, for the last couple of weeks. Wait, let me tell y'all, for the last couple of weeks, I was out of town. I was enjoying my birthday.
Been out the country.
I left the country. I came back. I went out of town again, and I've been just living life. We've been busy on top of that, so just life. Life. But yeah, we're gonna definitely get back to that. This the second story is only 60 chapters, so.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna
we're gonna blow through the second and third book.
Exactly. So the second book is I think 67, and the third book is I think 57, and the third book is the last book.
Okay, so we may bring y'all this next book next, or we may be going back to the other book we was reading before.
Girl, I want to go back to that other book, but seeing as how it's only the third one is only 12 chapters. We might as well do the second and third together.
But is she still writing the third one?
I think it's yes, she is. Okay,
yeah,
so yeah, we could do the second. We could do the second, and then we can do the Court of Mist and whoever Thorns. I don't know.
Because that is so good,
girl. I'm really excited to get back into that. I told my homegirl, I was like, "Give me the physical book."
I can't wait to ask you a bunch of questions.
Girl,
I've already read it. I'm going to listen to it again.
I'm gonna get the physical book because I just want to read the physical book. Because I was like, I was gonna listen to. I was gonna listen to it, but I really like having a physical book in hand, and I can just like snuggle up on the couch, drink some tea, read my book, and be good. So I think.
But
I'm
honestly, when you have a physical book, I really feel like you read faster.
I do.
And y'all, this girl reads fast already. I can read 10 books, and she's not even started, and still be ahead of me.
That's real.
My cousin said same. She want to hold a book. She does.
I do. I just like, something about
it. You should listen to this book. She's like, I just want to read it.
Yeah, I like reading it because this is the thing. That's why when I was listening to Court of Thorns and Roses, it bothered me because I didn't like the voice that was reading the story until I sped it up. And then I was like, oh, okay, I can listen to this. But also,
you know what's so funny? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're okay.
I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say, but also the thing that gets me sometimes is if there's an accent, then it puts me in a different mood of the story, so it changes how my imagination might be for the story, which I don't like. Because if I'm reading it myself, I'm reading it in my own voice. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
You're right. It does. My cousin said yes. Some narrators will throw it off. That's very right. That's very true. Some narrators will throw it out. And I'm going to tell you something that I realized, because remember I told you that I was going to go to YouTube and see if I could find this story, because a lot of people just put their stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
So when I went on YouTube to find this same story, I found this story, but it was a whole nother person reading it. And I realized that in all different countries, they all be different.
It does.
There's different people reading these books.
Yeah.
So it does make a big difference.
Yep. That's why I'm just like, I'll just read it myself and go from there. Which I need to text her and see if she could bring the book tomorrow, because I want her.
But girl, it's something about listening to them stories though. And it's also just because I can listen and go. Like I literally can be at work and listen to a whole story.
See, and that's the other thing too, because if I try to listen to a story, sometimes I start thinking about stuff. And then I'd be like, dang, 4 chapters just passed by and I got to go back and try to listen to them again.
And I'd be like, play, let me go over there.
Let me go back.
And do that, and do this, and do that.
Yeah.
And somebody be saying something. I'd be like, what? I mean, every time I just got into a good part.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, no, I understand. So we can do the second Luna, since it's only 67 chapters. And then we can do the other court story. I think it's Court of Mist and somebody. And then whenever the third Luna is finished, we can read that one.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned.
We're
not going nowhere, y'all.
Yeah. We back.
We're back.
We're going to do this for real.
For a little bit.
Yeah. Little sign. All right, girl. Well, y'all can follow us on all of our socials. TikTok, all that good stuff. I say this a lot, and I promise y'all, I really am working on it. YouTube stuff will actually be up at some point. I don't have a date.
And this live thing is going to get better, y'all. This is not going to be like this. We're going to get better, okay?
We're going to figure it out whenever we can. Yeah, we're going to figure it out. We're on our way. We are on our way. So, all right. Well, night. Thank you guys for joining us. For those that popped in, those that stayed, we appreciate you. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.